A network restructuring project prepared using the traditional method of walking the line, or carried out without preparation, does not guarantee the concordance of the phases at the final closing point. In the event of an inversion, the two sections to be connected must be isolated and grounded again to correctly set up the phases. When schedule compliance is at stake, it is better to eliminate sources of error. Phantom is the solution that will allow you to properly prepare your network restructuring projects to do it right the first time. Phantom consists of a reference module permanently installed in a transmission substation. It must be connected to the reference phase A, to the GPS antenna, and to the Internet. Corresponding green light indicators show when the connections are effective. The measuring module is in Bluetooth connection with the display module. This must be connected to the Internet via a Wi-Fi connection or an integrated SIM card, and synchronized with GPS satellites. It is possible to perform measurements outside of GPS synchronization for 60 minutes. If the Internet connection is interrupted, it is possible to save the measured data and calculate the hourly index in deferred mode using the central server. The control screen allows you to check the status of the connections. The operator can choose the reference unit he will use for his measurements. The identification of the measured phase remains very precise up to 200 kilometers or 125 miles around the chosen reference module. Measurements can be taken from the ground with Phantom. In the event that the measurement cannot be made from the ground, access impossible, or conductors on top of one another, then it is possible to carry it out from proximity or in contact. Synchronized to the GPS system and to a known reference phase A at a transmission substation, the reference unit continuously records the times of zero crossing of the potential of this phase. These recordings are transmitted via the Internet to the central server, which stores them. The mobile unit makes similar recordings, bringing together the following information via Bluetooth. The absolute time, obtained by synchronizing the display module with the GPS system. Measurements of the zero crossing of the potential of the phase to be identified, obtained in contact or remotely with the sensor of the measurement module. To identify the phase tested, the display module retrieves the closest reference unit records from the central server to calculate the time difference between the zero crossings of the records of the two units thus brought together. In 50 Hz, a full 360-degree period is 20 milliseconds, so a time difference can be translated into a phase shift in degree difference, and the identified phase can be displayed. To transport and distribute energy, the electrical system uses transformers installed in production plants. Transmission substations. Distribution substations. These transformers, which have different characteristics, are distributed across an entire territory to supply regions, municipalities, districts, and industries. Their essential difference is linked to the mode of couplings of the windings: the triangle coupling, the star coupling, the zigzag coupling. These coupling modes can cause phase shifts between the primary voltage and the secondary voltage. These phase shifts are measured in degrees. An angle of 30 degrees corresponds to 1 hour on a clock. The phase shift time index can be displayed. It is impossible to loop two networks if their time indexes do not match phase to phase. With Phantom, the restructuring project can be methodically prepared. The hourly index of the phases at the connecting points of the new network are determined without error. Preparing the job with Phantom ensures that the closure can be carried out to complete it. Phase concordance is validated. Phantom can give the hourly index of the phases at any point in the network, regardless of the voltage. Low voltage measurements require the use of the appropriate electrode with its two contact tips. The contact electrode provides accurate measurements on all three phases, whatever their setup. It also works from the ground. Phantom, productivity and schedule compliance in complete safety for your network restructuring projects.